Good early evening, everybody. Super Jackster1 here. Now, at the end of my last video, I said my next video was going to be a MCU film ranking video. That video is actually going to be the next video instead. Sorry, that video, I'm still working on editing that video and putting it together, so I figured I might as well do this video first, just like, since I'm sure this is the one you guys are more excited to be watching. This is a Blu-ray update for today, July 31st, 2025. I got a total of 9 Blu-rays. I got all of these over the course of the past month. 2 of which I got yesterday for my birthday, because, yep, yesterday was my birthday, because I am now 24 years old. I cannot believe that I'm already that old. But anyway, yeah, let's just jump right in, sorry. So, these, the first 2 Blu-rays, these I actually got sometime last month at the Music Magic store. These are both older Blu-ray releases. So, first up we have the Blu-ray of Horton Hears a Who. This has the digital copy special edition, yep. If you watched my DVD collection videos from 2016, you'll know that I already have this film on DVD. I've had this film on DVD for many years, since 2009, but I don't know, for some reason when I saw this on the Blu-ray shelf, I just felt like getting it on Blu-ray, so that's what I did. Anyway, I really enjoyed this film. I absolutely loved this movie as a kid. I watched it almost every day, ever since I got the DVD. I think this is my favorite of the Dr. Seuss film adaptations. Like, this is the one one of the few, if not only ones that I could say is like a genuinely good movie. It's the only Dr. Seuss film that Blue Sky Studios made. I kind of wish they made more, because I feel like this is better than the ones that Illumination made. I know Warner Brothers Animation is doing the Cat in the Hat movie that's coming out next February, I believe. But anyway, here we got the spine. Back, even more humongous on Blu-ray. So yeah, you can tell from the back, this is a much older Blu-ray from late 2008. Let's use this one. We got a commentary by directors Jimmy Hayward and Steve Martino. All new Ice Age short, Surviving Sid, which I've seen that short. That was on the DVD. That is a very funny and great short film. Picture-in-picture bonus view. Watch Horton Hears a Who with a Who. Deleted footage and animation screen test. Bringing the characters to life featurette. That's One Big Elephant. Meet Katie featurette. And Bringing Seuss to the Screen featurette. The Elephant in the Room, Jim Carrey featurette. A Person, a Universal Message featurette. Our Spec, Where Do We Fit featurette. Elephant Fun, The Facts featurette. We Are Here game. Just do a digital copy for portable media players, and yeah, all the technical stuff. Open this up. So then we got all this old digital stuff. Here's the Blu-ray disc, which has artwork of Horton. And here's the digital copy, which has artwork of the mayor. Yeah, you remember back when they put digital copies on discs? But yeah, Horton Hears a Who. Really, really good movie. All right, and the next up we have the Blu-ray of Fast 5. The best in the series, by Richard Kroll's of Time Magazine, and as we all know, that this is the 5th film in the Fast and the Furious series. And if you've seen my Fast and the Furious DVD collection video I did years back, you'll know I already have this film on DVD, but I thought it'd be nice to get this on Blu-ray. I absolutely love this film. This is my favorite of the Fast and the Furious movies. Well, most people will say that this is the best one. Yeah, and this actually just might be one of the best action films ever. Like, this is when the franchise really reached its peak, and this is when I think this movie that helped it become the successful franchise that it is today. As we know, at the end of last month, Vin Diesel announced that the last film, Fast X Part 2, or Fast and Furious 11, that's coming out in April 2027. Very excited about that. And they're apparently going to somehow bring back Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, which I have mixed thoughts on that. I don't know how they're going to do that. Like, I don't know if they're going to recast the role, use CGI like they did with Furious 7. Who knows? Only time will tell. But yeah, this also includes the extended cut of the film, which was also on the DVD. Anyway, here we got the spine. Back, a non-stop thrill ride by Sean Edwards of Fox TV. And both of you got the big train heist, reuniting the team, a new set of wheels, Dom versus Hobbs, Tyrese TV, Inside the Vault Chase on set with director Justin Lin. And then we also got those are Blu-ray exclusives. And then we also got deleted scenes, gag reel, Dom's Journey, Brian O'Cotter from Fed to Con, Enter Federal Agent Hobbs, and a feature commentary with director Justin Lin. Yeah, this movie was directed by Justin Lin. He directed 5 out of the Fast and the Furious films. He directed films 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then he returned to direct the 9th film, F9, and he was supposed to direct Fast X and its sequel, but apparently he dropped out of directing a few days after filming began, and Louis Leterrier took over as the director for those 2 films. Okay. And this is the same purple case that the DVD has. Here we got the digital copy code. Here's the disc, which is a purple disc, like the DVD, and then here's the Blu-ray, which is a see-through disc, as usual with Universal Blu-rays. But yeah, Fast 5, awesome movie. All right, now on to the more recent films. This next one, this I got last Thursday at the Walmart store in Coventry, Rhode Island. This is The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. You know, if you've never seen this movie, you've probably heard of it. This was, you all know that this movie was supposed to come out on HBO Max, or now it's now been changed back to HBO Max. Sometime I think last year, and then it was also going to air on Cartoon Network. But then when the Warner Brothers Discovery merger happened, and David Zaslav, or as I like to call him, David Zaslav, he basically tried to write this movie, do a tax write-off on this movie, like he did with Batgirl, the Scoob sequel, and a few other films. However, he eventually allowed it to be shipped around to other studios and then other distributors, and it was picked up by a small distribution company called Ketchup Entertainment, and they released it to theaters back in March. And I saw this in theaters back on March 19th, I believe. Yeah, it really didn't do well at the box office. I remember I was actually the only person in the theater when I saw it that day. Then again, it was a Wednesday during the day, but still, yeah. One of my friends works in a movie theater, and he said that when he do theater checks, most of the auditoriums for this movie were empty. That sucks, because this is actually a really, really, really good movie. Anyway, here we got the spine, back, no critic review. Yeah, there's really nothing aside from there's nothing on the other spine. There's no bonus features or anything. It's just the movie. Yeah, but here's the disc. You can see Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. Yeah. The Day the Earth Blew Up is actually not a bad movie at all. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough to get it on Blu-ray. So, yeah, there you go with that. All right, now these next 2 Blu-rays, these are the ones I got for my birthday. This first one, this is a movie that I really enjoyed. This is the 4K Blu-ray of Novacane. Outrageous, original, and wildly entertaining. It's stayed by Mike Manalo of the Nerds of Color. Over 30 minutes of action-packed bonus content. Yeah, this is an action comedy film that stars Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid was in another movie that came out earlier this year that I really enjoyed, that being Companion, which I showed that film on Blu-ray a few updates ago. I believe it was in my April update, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this was a really good and pretty funny movie. Actually, I saw this in theaters back on opening night, back on March 14th, I believe it was. But anyway, here we got the spine. Back. A Genuine Ride, a stay by Jeff Ewing of Collider. And Quaid lets loose in Novocaine, and he absolutely kills it, a stay by Rachel Laban of Screen Rant. We got special bonus features include Prepare for Pain, pre-production, A World of Hurt production, maximum physical damage, and makeup effects. Yeah. This is a really interesting movie. It's if you've never seen this movie, it's basically about this guy. He tries to, he's the manager of a bank, and it gets robbed, and he tries to save a girl that he likes who he thinks is one of the hostages. And the whole thing is, though, he has to go after him. But the thing is, though, he has this medical condition, this rare medical condition where it's he can't feel any pain. So that's what I think what makes it so different from other action films. He's not like a guy with a mysterious past or a professional fighter. He just can't feel any pain. Anyway, here we got the digital copy code. And since it's a Paramount Blu-ray, no artwork on the disc. Here we got the 4K Blu-ray, and here's the regular Blu-ray. Kind of weird that the 4K disc is on this side and the regular Blu-ray disc is on that side when it's usually usually it's vice versa. But yeah, if you haven't seen Novacane, I definitely recommend this movie. Pretty funny movie. All right, and the next one is a big one. This is the 4K Blu-ray of a Minecraft movie. Now, I saw this in theaters back on opening day. Back on April 4th, and I actually liked this movie. I'm not like the biggest Minecraft fan ever, but I played the games enough times that I wanted to check this movie out because this is a movie that kind of really surprised me because when I first saw that teaser trailer, I was like everyone, I just thought it was going to be awful, and then I saw the movie and it's not a great movie, but it's an enjoyable one. It's one of those movies. It seems like they were fully aware of how stupid and ridiculous this movie was, and they just rolled with it. That's what I liked about it. I had a lot of fun. Of course, this movie became infamous for the chicken jockey memes. There's the scene where Jack Black character goes, "Chicken jockey," and that apparently led to a huge thing of memes going around where now, like, for screenings of the movie, whenever that scene popped up and Jack Black says that line, people in the audience would throw their popcorn and sodas at the movie screen and stuff like that. And that kept, one person even brought an actual chicken actually into a screening. There was one screen where somebody brought in a chicken. And then this led to like the cops actually being called, and they had to put all these policies outside the theater. Thankfully, I didn't have that experience in my screening. I saw this I saw one of the first screenings that day back on April 4th. I saw it, like, my screening was at like 12:30 p.m. and I think there was only like, because it was a Friday and a school day, most people were at school or work, so I think there was only like I don't know, like 10 or 11 other people in the theater, maybe 12 people or something. I don't know. There just wasn't that many, so I was able to have a quiet audience for it. But anyway, here we got the spine. Back. No crittering on the back. For most, you just got building the world of Minecraft, block party, creepers, zombies, and Endermen. Oh my, a Minecraft movie Pixel Pals, a Minecraft movie Black Beats, Marlene, and Nitwit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely like this movie more than the Five Nights at Freddy's film. Here we got the digital copy code, and here's the 4K disc. But yeah, a Minecraft movie isn't a bad film at all, really. All right, next up, this I got at Walmart in North Carolina Island about, I think, 2 weeks ago, I think it was. This is the Blu-ray of Warfare. Now, this is an A24 film that came out back in April, which I saw in theaters. This is basically the story about Ray Modenza and his experiences in the Iraq War. Like, this film apparently depicts an encounter that happened on November 19th, 2006, after the Battle of Ramadi. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. Yeah, it's Ray Mendoza also wrote and directed this movie as well. Yeah, I saw this movie in theaters back on April 12th, the day right after it came out, because I was curious to see it because it was an A24 film as well, and also the other writer and director of this movie was Alex Garland. As you all know, that his previous movie, Alex Garland was the other writer and director in this movie, and I absolutely loved his previous movie, Civil War. That was one of my top 5 favorite movies of last year, and I really enjoyed this movie. I still thought Civil War was a lot better, but this was still a pretty decent movie, actually. Very interesting one. Also, the packaging for this movie is very, very interesting, which I'll show you in a moment. Here we got the spine, and then the back. Yeah, the credits are on that side. And she's got feature commentary with Ray Medenza, Alex Garland, and military consultant Brian Philpott. Courage Under Fire, The Making of Warfare featurette. A set of 6 collectible postcards with behind-the-scenes photography by Murray Close. Yeah. So, it's almost like a very similar to a digibook. Okay. And there's no digital copy for this release, which I found interesting, but this is what the Blu-ray disc looks like. There's some artwork. This is from a scene in the film. And then we'll get these... yeah, let me get... this is basically a whole artwork. Again, this is from a scene in the film. And I'm going to get these photos out. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, hang on one sec, guys. Sorry. All right, here we go. Sorry. All right, yeah. But yeah, Warfare, pretty interesting movie. All right. Now, this next movie, this next Blu-ray, this I got yesterday at the Walmart North Round. I got this as a birthday gift to me. This is the Blu-ray of The Amateur. Now, I saw this in theaters the same day as the day before I saw Warfare, and this is kind of like a mystery action movie. It stars Rami Malek as this really smart character. He's basically trying to investigate, the people that killed his wife while she was away on this business trip. And it's this. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Actually, I don't know. It was really interesting, and I like Rami Malek. I've been a fan of him for many years. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking this movie out if you haven't seen it. It's definitely worth a watch at least once. Here we got The Spine. I haven't seen it since the theater, so I'm looking forward to rewatching it again. Anyway, the back we got a gripping global spy thriller stayed by Pete Heyman. Deadline. I just got the team, the world, the pool, the score, and 5 deleted scenes. Open this up. Here we got the digital copy code, which you're very interested in, and here's the disc. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out The Amateur. Not a bad movie at all. All right, now this next one, this next Blu-ray, this is a 4K one. This I got at Walmart in Nuts Round a few weeks ago. This is a big one. This is the 4K Blu-ray of Sinners. Yep, this is a thriller movie that stars Michael B. Jordan in a dual role as these two brothers. It also co-stars Haley Steinfeld, and it was directed and co-written by Ryan Coogler. We all know who directed movies like Black Panther and Creed. And oh my god, yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, you've probably heard of it. This is a fantastic movie. As of right now, this is currently my favorite movie of the year. I don't know. This was just an amazing movie. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out. It is just a spectacular film. I'm sure most of you probably, if you didn't see this in theaters, most of you probably watched it on streaming by this point, because it's one of the most acclaimed films of the year so far. One of the most popular movies of the year so far. Anyway, here we got The Spine. In the back, Sinners is a cinematic adrenaline rush of originality stayed by the cinematic reel. It's just got Dancing with the Devil, The Making of Sinners, Blues in the Night, The Music of Sinners, Thicker Than Blood, Becoming the Smokestack Twins, Spirits of the Deep South, Wages of Sin, The Creature, FX of Sinners, and Deleted Scenes. Yeah. You definitely have to have a certain, kind of taste in movies to enjoy this film, but, I think you all will. This is just a phenomenal movie. Anyway, here we got the digital copy code, which we're entering in, and here is the 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, Warner Brothers is still doing the thing where, like, you know, for their 4K Blu-rays, they're not including the regular Blu-ray disc anymore. I'm a little bummed that they're not doing that anymore. But yeah. Please check out Sinners whenever you get the chance. Fantastic, fantastic movie. All right, and the last Blu-ray, this I got back on Tuesday at the Walmart store in Coventry, Rhode Island. This Blu-ray came out on Tuesday. You all know what it is? Yep, the 4K Blu-ray of Thunderbolts, or its official title is technically The New Avengers. Oh yeah, now I really loved this movie. I'm not gonna like, you know, talk about it too much in terms of, like, you know, the quality of the film, because I want to save that for when I do my MCU ranking video. When I talk about the film there, so you'll see where it's placed on there. Or if you follow me on Letterboxd, you probably have seen my MCU ranking list and probably have read my reviews on the movie already. But, you know, for those who haven't, just stay tuned for the MCU ranking video to hear my thoughts on it. But yeah, Thunderbolts, definitely, this was a really, really good movie. To me, I think this was the best MCU film since Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know. I just had confidence that this would be an enjoyable movie after I saw that first teaser trailer last fall. It just looked so promising, and it brought back a lot of characters I was really interested to see again. So yeah. Anyway, here we got the spine. Back, one of the best Marvel movies of all time is stayed by, I believe it. Yeah, sorry, hold on. The writing, I believe it says B.T. Khalid of Susan Jam. Please forgive me if I misread that. All right, Brody's got Around the World and Back, dive to the film's breakthrough opening with Florence Pugh and Kuala Lumpur assembling a team to uncover how the misfit anti-heroes became the Thunderbolts. All about Bob, Serenity in the Void, John Lewis Pullman, and the creation of the three characters. Gag reel, delete scenes, and a audio commentary with director Jake Schreider. Can open this up. We got the digital copy code. Here is the 4K Blu-ray, and then here's the regular Blu-ray. Hey, both have artwork. But yeah, Thunderbolts, really, really good movie. And speaking of MCU, you all know the most recent MCU film, Fantastic Four: First Steps, just came out. And as much as I really enjoyed this movie, I still thought Thunderbolts was a smidge bit better. But, you know, like I said, we'll talk about that more you'll hear my thoughts more when we get to the MCU ranking video, which will be next. All right, that is my Blu-ray update for tonight, July 31st, 2025. I will see you all for my next video, which again will be the MCU ranking video.